week finds a chasm between left and right in how they view this country. Overall, according to the poll, 51% of Americans are proud to be Americans, 45% are not. That's a huge drop from June of 2011, when 69% of people said they were proud of America and only 28% were not proud. But the partisan gap is enormous in this poll. 64% of Republicans say they're proud of America. Compare that to just 39% of Democrats. Charles Krauthammer is a writer and columnist, and he joins us now. Charles, on the eve of the 4th of July, 39% of Democrats proud of the country. That's a profound number. Can it be true?
Yeah, I think it is true. Probably a lot of that, or at least part of it, has to do with Trump. They feel he's not a good representative of the country. They're upset by the tweets, by lots of other stuff, and that probably colors that. But what strikes me is the fact that we have remarkably high numbers overall. Forget about ideology or party affiliation. And that, to me, is very disturbing. And I think it has to do with the fact that we teach our children about all the pathologies of the United States and very little of the glories. Anybody with a child having gone through the schools in the last decade would know that. And it's really abnormal, anti-American, and destructive.
Why would the rest of us tolerate that? I mean, this is not a new thing. I know you send a child through school. I have too. This has been going on an awful long time. They come home, they tell you about all the sins of the country, totally out of proportion to their relative weight, and the rest of us kind of sit back and pay the tuition and sort of let it happen. Why have we done that, I wonder?
Well, I think the left, starting in the 60s, the countercultural left, had a strategy, which is to take over the institutions. They weren't just out there rioting and sitting in. They went into the professions, the teaching professions, and they've essentially taken over. That generation of radicals runs the universities. They run the teachers' unions. They run the curricula. I was on the curriculum committee of my son's school, and I had to fight like crazy to get them to introduce European history. And that was called Eurocentric. I mean, my son could practically speak Inca by the time he got to 8th grade, but he didn't know a damn thing about France or Britain. So there is this prejudice. It is seeped through. And in the end, what brings civilizations down is when the elites lose confidence in the rightness of their cause. And when that happens, the rest is just commentary.
It certainly tanked the British Empire. I mean, that's exactly how their command of the world collapsed. I'm not sure anyone was better for it in the end. How do you write it, or is it too far along?
It's very far along. In the end, the writing, it means that we need a new generation of teachers who are not committed to this Patho History, history of the sins of our ancestors. Look, every civilization is founded on sins, every single one. Dispossession, violence, appropriation. What distinguishes civilizations are the ones who rise above it. Yes, the West had slavery, but so did practically every other civilization. What is unique about ours, about the British Empire, is it decided to outlaw slavery and to enforce it using the British Navy. That's new, that's unique, but you don't hear that story.
No, you don't, because they're liars. Charles, thank you very much. That was great, and happy 4th.
My pleasure.